today's quote from The Existentialist Survival Guide by Gordon Marino, Chapter 2, Depression and Despair, page 74. Depression metastasizes into despair by virtue of the way the depressed individual relates him or herself to her depression. Depression metastasizes into despair by virtue of the way the depressed individual relates themselves to their depression. So what is the difference between despair and depression? Depression is a feeling. Despair is a state of mind. Depression is a response to a circumstance that you find yourself in. Despair, that's my cat. Despair is a chronic state of mind. And so when depression, unaddressed, eats at the very nature of your soul, that eating, that metastasization, it converts your state of mind into one of despair. Does it always? I think so. I think it does. We all know someone that is habitually doom and gloom, and they are that way, and they have a worldview like that because their attitude in life has been metastasized so far as to filtering all life circumstances that elicit a hint of depression, thus creating a mindset of despair. Yeah, in that chapter, Marino talks about depression is natural and necessary. Depression it's a right response to things that cause us grief. And despair is that response not being moved past, not being dealt with. So what does that mean for me? What causes me to be depressed? Not knowing what I'm doing in life. Thinking about how to make enough money where Kristen can stay at home. Worried about giving up the freedom that I have with the position that I have. But does that stuff really depress me? And when does it fall into despair? So despair, hopelessness, being stuck. Really what it comes down to is I'm very content with the lifestyle that I have. And I feel that the pressure for me to provide solely will make me less comfortable. But, man, what selfishness in my heart that I would not willingly work harder so that my wife and child could have a better relationship. Am I so fixated on being able to have my own sense of freedom that I would make that sacrifice? That's truly a depressing thought. So maybe I'm already in a state of despair, that my rejection of being willing to give myself up for my wife and my child. Not accepting that that is the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. I need to give myself up for them. That requires me to work hard, harder than all of them, yet not I, but the grace of God, to work hard so that my wife can raise our daughter and our children the right way,